I feel that you're a lot more calmer. You are more, you're showing stability into how you're going to do your day-to-day stuff. And it kind of resonated with me so much because last year I started reading Jim Kwik's book, Limitless. What he said, that we ourselves limit ourselves so much. We tell us, oh, we can't do this, we cannot do that, oh, I cannot wake up at 5 a.m. That's me ranting often. But what you did is that you eliminated those limits that we put on ourselves, and you started waking up early, and you said you didn't let yourself think about it too much. You just woke up and that's it, I'm doing it. If you think too much, you overthink, and then in overthinking you lose ourselves. That's what I'm thinking right now.
You tend to talk yourself out of things if you think too long about something. Action is key.
That's exactly.
By setting an intention for the day, what I'm asking myself is basically, how can I win the day? The way I do it is I start by working out. I get my body right, my mind becomes right. And I also, after my workouts, I actually meditate for about 10 minutes on how I can basically essentially win the day. And what do I need to do in order to have the best day possible for myself, however that looks.
Welcome to Maleeha Shahid Speaks, another episode of something that we are doing every day, which is learning, unlearning, and relearning. So I'm here with my friend Alex. Alex is a fellow realtor. We work together, and I have invited him because he's doing something cool with his life. So hi, Alex. How are you?
Great. Thanks for having me.
All right, Alex. You're going to say something that you really wanted to. All right, say it. Say it. I'm listening. How did you get here?
Well, it was a challenge because your directions were great.
Well, I did want you to skip a beat and be excited about her. That's why I just wanted you to go on a fact-finding or how to get here kind of a path. But thank you so much. You're more than welcome. I really appreciate you joining me here.
Glad to be here.
Thank you so much for listening to me earlier and joining me again. But before I kick it in, I just want to thank Shireen here from Perspective Studio for bearing with me and being patient with me and organizing all of this. So thank you, Shireen. I really do appreciate it. Today's episode is a continuation of my introductory episode about the fact that how we show up in the world, how we love ourselves, how we trust ourselves and find worth within ourselves. But while doing that, I also think we're still in the New Year's. We're still trying to make those effective changes in our life of physical, mental, and bring those lifestyle changes for the better. How we show up for ourselves and how we show up in the world outside. And the recent reflection was, as I talked about the people that I reflect or people that I meet, and I learn from all of them. Alex is here. Alex Giancoulas is a friend of mine. We're both realtors. We have very full, demanding lives. And he started sharing with me how he has made those changes in his life that are working really well for him. And for the past few months, this guy has joined the 5 a.m. club. So we're going to talk about that. And I'm going to ask Alex what 5 a.m. club means to him. To me, I'm still sleeping, man. Don't wake me up. But it is definitely doing some real good changes in his life. But I just thought that my second episode would be about everyday people, of how they're making those meaningful changes in their lives and how is that affecting them. I hope for the better, and I believe it is for the better. But let's listen from Alex. Alex, you've joined the 5 a.m. club. Can you tell me what it's about?
Of course. First, thanks for having me on here. I really appreciate the time with you. Basically, it's about me setting...
Wait, do you really appreciate the time? I'm just kidding. All right. What is the 5 a.m. club?
The 5 a.m. club for me is just setting intentions and how I can win the day. I was going through a lot of pain. I had ankle problems. I tore my Achilles.
I'm sorry.
It was day-to-day problems, and just things were not getting better. So I had to make some changes. It's like the definition of insanity. If you keep doing the same thing, can't expect different results. So I said, you know what? I'm going to get up early. I'm going to start working out. And I thought, how early can I get up? So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to join this 5 a.m. club. I keep hearing about it, but I'm like, I didn't think I could actually do it. So, but then I just, I set my alarm clock and I told myself, you know what? Because it's very easy to just fall back asleep and not fall into old patterns. But I did a little countdown. I just said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I just shoot up like a rocket because I don't give myself time to think. You just act, right? And by doing that, it basically triggered me to kind of just do the things that I need to do to better myself and really just set my day properly.
That's awesome. You know what? This is often we think that transformation comes to those who have a lot of time or they have money and they have perfect conditions. Isn't it true that most of the meaningful changes, at least what I see in everyday life or with everyday people, is about juggling work, juggling family, juggling stress and responsibility, and while juggling, you had said that you were going through a lot of things in life in terms of your ankle issues and other things that you had pointed out. You took the time out to make those changes, right? So, waking up at 5 a.m., you thought that putting that hour and a half just for yourself. How do you feel about that?
Oh, it's the best thing that I could have done for myself, because it gives me a time when everything is quiet that I can really just focus on myself and be quiet with myself and really like get to know who I am on a different level.
I think you mentioned it earlier with me, if not while we were filming this, is about putting the intention out. So, what do you mean by putting that intention at that time of how you're going to start your day or how you're going to show up?
By setting an intention for the day, what I'm asking myself is basically, how can I win the day? So you start basically by working. The way I do it is I start by working out. I get my body right. My mind becomes right. And I also, after my workouts, I actually meditate for about 10 minutes on how I can basically essentially win the day. Like, and what do I need to do in order to have the best day possible for myself, however that looks.
Mm-hmm. Being self-employed as a realtor, I know from my own experience, it's very stressful. You're managing clients, you're managing your business, you're managing your day, and the up and downs and the unpredictability that comes with it. I'm not going to talk about the real estate industry. I feel that is another topic, and it's going to be hours and hours of boom or bust. But what I really wanted to talk about with my friend here was how he has made those intentional changes and how is that working out for him? So you said that you feel good about it, but can you tell me, you've been doing it for about 4 or 5 months now, right?
Yeah.
How has that affected your entire day and then your weeks, months, and few months that you're in it? How does that feel? How does that make you feel?
Well, honestly, I do feel a lot better. Like your mind is clearer. I've lost about 40 pounds since I've started doing it. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
It all started actually.
It shows it though. I won't tell you though.
But it wasn't like an overnight thing. It started with me going to see my naturopath doctor, and she kind of put me on a plan for basically better eating. And I don't call it a diet, because diets people never stick to. This is it's been a lifestyle change, and it's compounded over time. Small little changes, consistently doing them, compounds over time, and you see results that way. Consistency is key.
That's awesome. So, when you were talking to me about the changes you've made, and definitely it shows, I feel that you're a lot more calmer. You are more, you're showing stability into how you're going to do your day-to-day stuff. And it kind of resonated with me so much because last year I started reading Jim Kwik's book, Limitless. And I loved that book because I felt that this was one of the most self-help books that I could completely resonate with. So he talks about himself a lot, of the fact that people used to say to him that he was the boy with the broken brain. And you can read about him. I'm not going to expand on that, but what he said, that we ourselves limit ourselves so much. We tell us, oh, we can't do this, we cannot do that. Oh, I cannot wake up at 5 a.m. That's me ranting often. But what you did is that you eliminated those limits that we put on ourselves, and you started waking up early. And you said one thing that kind of really, I'm reflecting on it right now as we speak, was the fact that you didn't let yourself think about it too much. You just woke up and that's it, I'm doing it. If you think too much, you overthink. And then in overthinking, you lose ourselves. That's what I'm thinking right now.
You tend to talk yourself out of things if you think too long about something. Action is key.
That's exactly what I was, action is key. Exactly. So you move your body, you feed your mind by meditation, and you basically you've interrupted your daily patterns into something new with small intentions. So we often, what we do, or at least I could tell you about myself, is we separate our health mindset away from our daily rituals or schedules, and so on and so forth. I always think that my unpredictability is how I cope up with the world, but I think I need to unlearn that. And this is what Jim Kwik says: we are continuously learning, unlearning, and relearning things. And I didn't understand what unlearning or relearning means, right? And that's exactly where I feel what Alex is doing is super interesting. So, Alex, tell me something about the fact that what is it that the first day and the first few days that you felt? Because I've heard that if you do something for 21 days, it almost becomes a habit. So how much time did it take you to get up at 5 a.m.?
It was probably around that time. It was a couple of weeks. So, honestly, it starts with day one, and I also, what's helping me keep myself accountable with that too is that I post every single morning.
Yes,
on
that's
social
what
media.
I wanted to say. Yeah, absolutely.
And
Tell me about that.
So basically, I didn't start out as well. Let me backtrack. I started out basically to keep myself accountable, because when you put something out into the ethos, like social media, it becomes more real. Yeah. And I keep myself accountable because, and I've gotten, and I didn't set out to do this, but I've gotten a lot of people comment on social media how I'm inspiring them. And I never in a million years thought that by me posting on social media about my what I'm doing, my health struggles and achievements, that it would inspire people. And it's fantastic. Not what I intended to do, but if it could help somebody, that's awesome.
And that's what it is, Alex. In my first episode, I was talking about embracing our vulnerabilities, right? And exposing yourself out there and how you show up, right? And one of the things you have embraced is putting yourself out there on social media and recording your whole routine. So I need you to elaborate a little bit on
Sure.
that. Go ahead.
Oh, so basically, I've set up a little tripod, because I'm either going to be on the treadmill or the bike. So I've got myself struggling on there too. So it's not pretty, honestly, but real growth is not always going to be pretty, right? It's the journey along the way that gets you to that final point, right? But for me, it's a lifelong thing. But basically, I've kind of feel myself doing the deadlifts, all the various exercises, and it's more just to kind of keep myself accountable and say, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing the work. And by posting it on social media, I just feel like, for me personally, it's more real and it keeps me accountable.
And that's what it is, right? Like, you see a lot of stuff, content creators or people or social media enthusiasts or the world of Hollywood, Bollywood, or what have you. Everything seems so performative, right? Everything comes easy to them. I used to work out and take personal training sessions with my friend Mike Finnegan. And once he stopped me and saying, Maleeha, please don't go look at those actresses and just see their transformation, because they have their own private chefs and so on and so forth. So if you go and look at them, it's not easy. It seems easy, but it's not. It's the real work that everyday people do. And I talked in my first episode how we are embracing ourselves, and I'm putting myself more out there to show people that these are our everyday people who are making those lifestyle changes. So while we're wrapping this up, Alex, I want you to tell me 3 things that maybe I can join the 5 a.m. club, which I don't want to, but I want to try it, of what can I do? One thing was not to overthink or give yourself too much time to think, just do it. What are the other 2 things that you could tell me?
Well, that one is definitely key. It's like I set my alarm clock at 5, and obviously it's very easy to hit the buzzer, but you know what? You just got to do a little countdown, say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you just act. You don't give yourself time.
That works.
You don't give yourself time to think, because the more if you hit the buzzer, the snooze button, you're just not going to get up. You have to just say, no, I'm doing it, and get up, and don't give yourself time to think. That's the most important thing I can tell you to do.
All right. So that's 2. What's the third?
The third thing that you can do, honestly, is just set intentions for your day.
Yeah.
And how you want your day to go.
That's awesome. I know I said wrap up, but I'm also very curious about meditation. I've heard from so many people about meditation and how they have transformed their life. I've never really practiced it. Yes, I love the quiet in the morning when all my kids have gone to school and I just sit with myself in front of my book or my computer and I'm like, okay, let's write everything down. What do you have to do? What is it? What is meditation for you?
Honestly, for me, and just to kind of backtrack for a second, I have a lot of chatter always constantly going on in my mind. So meditation is not easy, you know, but for me, it's very new. But I am just trying to be still and really quiet my mind so I can really think about how I want to live my life. And it's an ongoing practice, really. So that's basically what it means to me. Is just trying to quiet the mind so you can really think about how you want to live your life.
That's amazing. How you want to live your life. We have one life, right? That's what it is.
100%.
One life. And what do we do with it? Do we show perfection, which we are all definitely not? Should we embrace our vulnerabilities, start loving ourselves meaningfully, start trusting ourselves, finding the worth in our life and showing up for ourselves, maybe for others, for our kids, for our spouses, and so on and so forth. Thank you, Alex. I really appreciate it. I know it's not easy for you to mic up and show up in front of a camera. Definitely, it's not easy for me. But I think we need to start having that real conversation of what it is like to live life, because it's only one life. And how do we do it? How do we show up for ourselves first? Thank you so much.
No problem.
Well, thank you so much for listening. Today's episode was definitely intriguing for me, and I want you to help me with this. Like, share, and subscribe. That way, you're able to have a conversation with me. Tell me how you feel about today's episode. Do you want to join the 5 a.m. club? Or this is something that is not for you? Or this is something that has worked for you? Or someone that you know? I would love to hear from you, because maybe this is a journey that I want to be in, and I would love to hear from you. So thank you for joining today. See you at the next episode.